The last obstacle to Nebraska's traditional Big 8 championship game with Oklahoma was removed.
Dave Weber's sportscasting career in Omaha goes back to when the Huskers played football in the Big 8. Eventually, Dave took the wheel of the Channel 6 sports machine, but getting there wasn't conventional. His career in sportscasting started in Sioux City, Iowa, while visiting a TV station, not for an interview, but for lunch with a friend.
And the sportscaster walked in and quit when I was standing there. And John Poston was the news director, and he said, "What are you doing here, Weber?" And I said, "Going to lunch with Harry." And he said, "You ever been on TV?" I said, "No." He said, "Let's see what you look like." I sat down and read the old sportscaster script, and he offered me the job.
June 1976. It wasn't long before Dave sent a letter to WOWT news director Steve Murphy. Dave wanted to leave KMEG in Sioux City for the bright lights of Omaha. Dave pointed out to Murphy in his letter, "I shot all the film myself." Murph wasn't impressed. In his letter to Dave, he wrote, "We believe we should look elsewhere. Your cassette is being returned." But Dave didn't give up.
After being rejected once, I called again, and Cal Kirshen put in a good word for me. And Steve said, "Yeah, we got an opening. Come on down." Maybe he didn't have anybody else to fit the slot that time, but it sure turned out great for me.
Weber went on building a legendary career covering major sporting events, reporting live from Kansas City when the Royals were in the 1985 World Series. And of course, Dave was a fixture at Husker bowl games, especially during the championship years. Dave covered the Huskers when they were tops in the country, and he still believes he might have had something to do with one of their national titles.
I got a story for you, Merlin, you won't believe.
Tell us.
I was moving around. I was up in the press box for the first half. I was down on the field. I was even up in the area where they were feeding the guys, sitting watching it on TV. I couldn't stand. I was so nervous. I couldn't come down here and watch the game. Well, I knew I had to go on after the game, so with about 7 minutes left in the game, I came down. They were down 17-9. I'm walking around on the sidelines, looking up at the fans here in the corner of the end zone. And one guy, I don't even know who he was, looked at me, pulled me over and said, "Will them to victory, Dave. Will them to victory." So I started concentrating, and I looked over on the ground, Merlin, I swear to God, and I found this. I put it in my hand, and they scored 2 touchdowns and won the championship.
Well, there it is, Dave.
It's the magic of the corn, Dave.
Zach Wiegert. Oh, Merlin. Hey, anyway, let me finish the story.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I found this lucky corn cob, and I held it in my hand. I swear to God, Merlin, I didn't say a word after I picked it up. 7 minutes later, Nebraska wins a national championship. It's going in my office along with all my other memorabilia, Merman.
They were in great shape, and they had a great game plan, and that's what won the ball game. But it didn't hurt to have a little lucky corn cob. I know, Tom, I apologize. Tom didn't believe in the cob, but boy, everybody else did.
Dave Weber was supported by the best sports team in the region, and they will tell you that Weber made the bowl trip special and very loud. Dave was infamous for his bowl trip snoring.
We were at the Orange Bowl in Miami, 2 o'clock in the morning, and he's snoring, and I can't sleep. He wakes me up. Well, if you recall back then, Dave was a national spokesman for a local insurance company. So at the time, 2 o'clock in the morning, he's snoring, I can't sleep. I said, well, I'm going to get back at him then. It's my turn. So I turned on the TV. Within 1 minute of having that TV on, here comes his commercial. So here is Dave on the television, and here he is over here snoring. I just couldn't get him out of my ears.
Nobody wanted a room with me, and I didn't know why. And I heard McKnight taped me and played that for his wife, and his wife split a gut laughing about it. And so that's why we all got separate rooms on football trips. Thank you. You're welcome.
Dave covered it all and always did it in that Dave Weber style, a style now Hall of Fame worthy.
Who else deserves it more than Dave Weber? You know, he's an icon. He's an icon in sports. And one of the things about Dave was he never looked at it seriously. He always enjoyed sports. He thought sports should be fun.
Hey, everybody. I'm Harry Carey in for Dave Weber tonight. It's a special night of Friday Night Fever, It's win or die in the playoffs.
I put the wig on, the glasses, and messed up the tie, and they came back to me and I said, "Steve, are you out of the game? What's going on, buddy?"
Steve was at the game.
And he started laughing, and he laughed the whole segment.
Weber is more than a sportscaster. He's a celebrity in Omaha. He's always been active in the community. In fact, some consider him an unelected mayor. Weber credits his celebrity to simply treating people like you want to be treated.
If you don't have time for somebody in a grocery store to walk up to you and touch you on the shoulder and say, "Oh my gosh, it is you." If you don't have the time for that, what are you in television for?
And through all the years, all the highlights, we've watched Dave Weber change and grow into a Hall of Fame sportscaster.
I don't think you realize it when it happens. It's hard to think about 50 years of doing the same stuff, you know. And then 50 years later, 60 years later, being awarded for it. It's a wonderful, wonderful gesture and honor. And so many people liked me when I was on TV. I didn't know how many until I retired. "We sure miss you, Dave. You were the best ever." And I go, "I guess I was."
Congratulations to Dave Weber on his induction into the Nebraska Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame, class of 2024.